So Gemini Deep Research and Experimental Models now available to Google Workspace users in Gemini Advanced. What's changing? We're pleased to announce the launch of Deep Research and Experimental Models to Google Workspace users with access to Gemini Advanced. Deep Research explores complex topics on your behalf and presents its findings in a comprehensive, easy-to-read report. Deep Research brings hours of research to your fingertips in mere minutes. Some examples of how you can use Deep Research for your business or education institutions include industry research. Actually, why don't we just play with these ideas when we get into the application stage? So industry research. Deep Research can help you understand emerging trends in industries such as sustainable battery technology to inform your clean tech market analysis. All right. Competitive research. Deep Research can quickly gather analysis of local competitors and recommend a suitable location for where to set up your small business. Customer research. Deep Research can help a salesperson prepare to meet a prospective client by creating a report on their products or services, management team, and competitive environment. Educational research. Deep Research can help educators with grant writing, lesson planning, class projects, and presentations by creating a report or just about any topic based on analyzing hundreds of relevant articles and websites. All right. After you enter your prompt, you can review the proposed multi-step research plan and revise it as needed. Deep Research will then begin analyzing relevant information from across the web on your behalf, continuously refining its analysis as it learns. So this seems to be like the latest trends in AI, where it has a much longer runway to be able to learn and improve upon its comments. So it might even be doing a couple stages of testing before we get the end result. Okay, once complete, a comprehensive report of the key findings is generated, which you can export to Google Docs and share with your colleagues. It's neatly organized with links to the original source, connecting you to relevant websites and organizations you might not have found otherwise, so you can easily dive deeper to learn more. It'd be interesting to see if a pattern is formed over time where this information is drawn from, and whether or not the the Gemini tool starts to develop certain biases, especially if we're using it for research. That could be quite problematic. So yeah, that'd be interesting to do, but I don't think you could do it in this short tutorial, but something to, as a researcher, something you would have to keep in mind. You can also ask follow-up questions or refine the report further. Who's impacted? The end user, that's us. Why you'd use it? Thorough research can take a lot of time. Let's zoom in a little bit, There you go. Thorough research can take a lot of time between planning, searching, browsing, analyzing, and reporting. It can be tedious work and often difficult to even know where to start. Deep Research can save hours of work by browsing the web on your behalf, analyzing information in real time, and developing comprehensive research reports in minutes to get you up to speed on just about anything. I'm wondering if part of the process of researching for something improves your ability to understand the topic, and that step you miss out might harm your full understanding of the topic. Oh, I've got a question. Okay, Vast CNC, is Gemini Advanced a separate SKU? I'm currently paying for Gemini on my personal because these weren't on Workspace. Unfortunately, OpenAI, Perplexity, and Grok are getting much better research results. I hope Google updates soon. I believe it's available if you're on the Google Workspace business plan. So here. So we've got 1.5 Pro, Deep Research, and 2.0 Pro Experimental. And then we've got the Flash Thinking Experimental. So these are all available directly from Gemini. Now, whether or not we can access them through the SKU, I'm not sure. We'd have to go into Google Cloud and double check. But if I have time at the end, I'll have a look. Okay, let's slide over to, where were we? Here. Okay, so do we finish this? Deep research can save hours. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, to be honest, I haven't really looked at OpenAI, Perplexity, or Grok. I played around a little bit with Grok, a little bit with OpenAI, not Perplexity. But for deep research, yeah, they might be other approaches. Okay. So additional details. Currently, deep research is available in Gemini Advanced on the web, starting in English. Support for deep research. So what does it say? Deep research. Let's have a squizzy. Deep research. That's that bad boy there. Okay. So I'm on the Google Workspace Business Plan. So if you have the Google Workspace Business Plan, you'll have that. Okay, currently deep research is available in Gemini Advanced on the web, starting in English. I said that already. Support for deep research in the Gemini mobile app will come later, at a later date. We'll share more information via Workspace Updates blog, blah, blah. Okay, and then there's a couple of models here. So the 2.0, which is released, I think 2 weeks ago. Then the Flash Thinking Experimental. That's in Gemini Advanced as well. So it's a multi-step reasoning-like project planning. Okay. 2.0 Pro Experimental. And 1.5 Pro Deep Research. This is the one we want to play with today. Getting started. Okay. Let's go Bink, Bink. All right. To get started, toggle the drop down to 1.5 Pro Deep Research. There it is there. Okay. So research creator trend, research battery tech, research sensor trends. Let's say, research Google Workspace Development trends. We might put software development in, otherwise it might just be a bit of spreadsheet nonsense. Software development trends. Do the thing. Okay, Vast CNC. Found it good for supplementing the dev docs by consolidating Workspace API parameters and constraints. Honestly, do you mean Vast CNC? Do you mean this model, or just Gemini in general? I didn't have a lot of luck when I was going into the documentation using that sidebar with Gemini, because it seemed to either respond with inaccurate methods or slow methods, or ill-performing methods. That would be the best way to say it. But if you had a better chance, that's cool. Deep research model itself. Okay. Yeah. I think I tried. Maybe I'm just not a great prompt engineer. So Vast CNC said the deep research model itself, you need to tell it to stick to developers docs. Yeah. Like I said, I think I tried from memory. I kind of gave up on it, and I'll probably jump back into it in a couple of months. But also, I'm very familiar with the documentation too, and I sort of understand it. Okay. Good. To be honest, apart from the advanced service API documentation, which I find very, very lacking, The app script documentation is excellent. And it's similar to the Firebase documentation, where it's extraordinarily clear in what you need to do. But the advanced service, it could really use a lot of help with the prompting from Gemini for that. So yeah, all right. So I'll have a search for that prompting guide for PDF. Thanks for the tip. Okay, let's see what we got from our results now. Research, Google Workspace Software Development Trends by find information on the latest updates and release for Google Workspace. Find articles and blog posts discussing trends and Google Workspace development. Find information on features and functionalities between being added to Google Workspace. All right, so this is our research plan. Find information on Google Roadmap for Google Workspace development. Find information on how Google Workspace is being used by different industries. More. Tell me. Oh, one more. Find information on the challenges and opportunities facing Google Workspace developers. What about something like market share? Did it look at that? Do we need to zoom in a bit? Find information on the latest updates available. I mean, this isn't extraordinarily helpful for the question. Research Google Workspace software development trends. I suppose it's my prompt. My prompt is stupid. Software development. And how we would offer services in the market. And hate using that, beat out competitors. So, I mean, there's enough for everyone. I'm sure this was helpful language though. Yeah, I'll look at edit plan, but I want to change the prompt first. Okay, that's a better prompt to get started, and then we'll edit after that. So now it should looking for clients and what the best way to do that, we're hoping. Okay, find information on latest updates and releases. Okay, same thing again. Find articles and blog posts. Yeah, find information, new features. Find information on Google Roadmap. Oh, it's giving us a couple more though. Yeah, find information on challenges and opportunities facing. Find information how companies can offer workspace-related services. So here it's starting to sort of update. Find information on competitive landscape. So I guess this language is suggesting it's going to look at who other developers are and what they're doing. Pricing models. Find information on the marketing and sales strategies, workspace related services. Yeah, not too bad. We will go and have an edit. What do we want to edit though? Edit the research plan. Where are we going to go? Find information how companies can offer workspace related services to beat out competitors. Maybe here. Oh, and then we're gonna click again. Oh, we're gonna make okay. So it'd be nice, it'd be better, I feel, if when we click edit plan, edit the research plan, it just spits back this instead of it going into, say, something like this. So into our prompt box here. So we could find information in the competitive landscape for workspace related services. Let's do 8.1. Say, find success story. on success stories from both clients and developers. So they're going to be really handy to read through and understand why they're succeeding for our business, right? Oh, we got another one. Hey, Aaron. Great. Welcome. Okay. So we've updated our prompt. Let's see the magic. Okay, would have given us our update here now. And then analyze results is the next step. Create report and read in a few minutes. So let's start the research. Engage. Ooh, changed UI. That's exciting. So it's using a lot of Google update information, which is good. You probably want that to be fairly dominant. This looks like the Workspace Updates blog. It is. YouTube video on it. I wonder if we can control click and get directly there.
I have 12 emails, 30 messages, and a proposal due by 10.
Tab geek that is. Devo team. And I like this, cool. So while we're researching, feel free to leave this chat. I'll let you know. That's pretty cool. Might get maybe a chat message to say it's all done, or an email perhaps. So Medium post as well. Wonder if we can get behind the paywall. Oh, this is a free one anyway. Interesting. User pilot. I haven't heard of that one. In-depth guide to SaaS. See, I mean, yeah, okay. SaaS is, yeah, fair enough. That's okay. Understanding co-working though. Seems like a bit of a stretch. Why do you think it's chosen co-working as an option? Just how maybe it's looking about individual users using Google Workspace. Pricing models for services, that's fairly broad. Yeah, okay, that one makes sense. Marketing, list of marketing strategies. Yeah, not great. You reckon it's messed up Workspace? You might be right. Did we say Google Workspace in our initial prompt? So it's got Amazon Workspace. Did we say Google Workspace? Oh, here's our... Let's go up and have a look at our edited prompt. No, we said research Google Workspace, but you might be right. It still probably just went, ooh, Workspace. Let's do the Workspace thing. You'll probably chuck it in double quotations to see if it did work. We'll see this one out though. Google Workspace case studies. That's kind of... I mean, it's going to give you a fairly good idea of what companies are doing. So if you maybe do a cold call in these companies, that's not a bad research choice here. Software outsourcing. So that would talk about just the common consensus of how clients or future clients might be consuming information and understanding what they can get from clients. I find that probably the biggest hurdle for me is clients not understanding what they can do with Google Workspace and how far they can take it with automation and time-saving tools. So getting new users to understand that, or getting clients to understand that, is their first step. And they usually make the ones that I get usually have discovered that before they talk to me. where I do know a number of companies try and do the outreach first. Do you approach your target by niche? No, not really. I have a really lazy way of approaching a market. This is probably not what I would do. I just educate people. I write tutorials and create videos based on the industry and just try and help people learn about it. And if they want to dive deeper, then they come speak to me and we have a discussion about what they need. We move on from there. So essentially they've already made the decision because they feel that they know me from the tutorials that I provide. And so I guess I close a deal. I close from first contact. I close a lot more projects than I think the industry average is. But again, I'm not actively seeking people out, so I'm not, I'm not on that industry average. I'm somewhat atypical there, I guess. Okay, it's getting close. Self-taught developers, that's a bit of a weird stretch. But it would be fairly good because, I do get a lot of citizen developers asking for the help with the next step. And it's probably like they're sort of showing the light, so to speak, at this stage. So maybe this isn't a bad post to add into the research, because once they see that, then they go, okay, well, hey, Google Workspace has a lot of capacity to expand and fine tune and hone to my business needs. Oh, we're done. Okay, so what did we get out of this? How long is this for starters? Do we want to read it all? I don't think so. Let's just have a look at, skim some of the titles and see how accurate we think it is as we go through. So Google Workspace Development Trends and Opportunities. I mean, this is a bit of sales talk. We don't need that. It's an intro though, I guess. As a platform evolves, it has unique opportunities. Again, a bit of nonsense. Introduction nonsense though. Latest updates and releases for Google Workspace is constantly evolving. Again, AI powered features. Okay, yeah, I suppose the flavor of the past 18 months to almost 2 years now, AI. Yeah, you're right. Inbound is the best sales approach. Okay, so yeah, so AI new features. I have had a couple of people say, please make this, we want AI in it. Then I have to ask, how do you want AI in it? It doesn't really lead itself to it. But they just say, make the AI. Okay. I've also had some situations where people have said, I've tried to make something using AI and I got stuck. I need more help. You've got to sort of swallow your pride a bit and go, all right, let's go from this stage and build it out from there. I understand that it was easy to get to this point, but the next point is the hard bit. And they're usually pretty good about it. Okay, improved performance. Yeah. Do we have any details? Google has focused on improving speed and efficiency of workplace applications. I mean, that's all well and good, but I mean, we're talking about clients who already have invested psychologically and economically into Google Workspace already. So what we need is probably our next set of questions is how do we reach out to new users or users who don't understand how much you can do with Google Workspace? That would probably be our next set of research questions. Enhanced collaboration. Yeah. I mean, typical talking points from Google as well. New application and functionalities. Google has introduced new applications like, Google Vids, which we'll be talking about in a moment. AI-powered video creation tools. Okay, so it's just talking about the features. So Google Workspace has a bunch of features. So right now, this is basically selling Google Workspace. And that's not necessarily what we're after. It's like how we can get ourselves into supporting companies with automation and development in Google Workspace. Maybe you'll give us some more information below. Trends in Google Workspace development. AI and machine learning integration. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, VarCNC, you're right. VarCNC says most people think they want AI, but they need a data management and organization first. Absolutely. It's funny too, like they might think they want Gemini, even if we go the AI approach, they might think they want Gemini to say, look at a document and analyze it, but there's more fine-tuned machine learning tools to do that. For example, Google's document AI is specifically designed to do that, and will do it a lot faster as well. It's just not knowing what you don't know. Okay. Integration across various workspace apps. Yep. Gemini can act as a research analyst. Yep, we're discovering that right now. Thanks, buddy. This trend presents both opportunities and challenges. Again, a little bit sales speaky for me. A lot of words, not a lot of content. Low code development. So, I mean, it has the talking points here. I think if you just scan the talking points, you'd get a gist of what's going on, but then you would have to break down, okay, let's explore low code. How are people using low code in the industry now? Go research that and hope it doesn't come back with lots of words, not enough content. Focus on security and privacy. Yeah, mobile first approach, rise of hybrid work. That'd be interesting to see how that influences what's being used. I knew there was a huge uptick in 2019 when I was working for a university in Google Workspace. We had a huge skill improvement in Google Workspace because we had to go remote, and then expanding into Google Meet, and Google was hustling super hard to make sure Meet was up there with Zoom at the time. Another comment. Yeah, that's a good approach. So my VarCNC, my methodology is to target a niche, map out what bespoke SaaS tools exist in that niche, see if those could be done in Sheets, then find a client list with the Places text search API, pull emails in Outscraper, and search NX records to see if they use Workspace. Wow, that's a lot of work. But I can see that would be extremely effective. Yeah, totally got you mean by saying by Sheets I mean Workspace. Absolutely. So easy to slip into. I even say some of my tutorials I write, I might be doing a document one, but most of my tutorials are on Sheets. I'll still say Sheets. But yeah, absolutely right. All right. What else have we got? New features and functionalities in Google Workspace. Yeah, this is an interesting one. 2021, part of my Google Development Expert program, they were asking us to do a sprint on Google Chat as Google Chat was slowly coming out, and we built a bunch of products, and then everyone in the Google Developer Expert group released tutorials and videos on these to try and show what Google Chat could do for your organization. And I think there's a lot of head scratching about how can we implement this and what benefit is it going to actually have with these automation tools. So it's an interesting way to handle it, to look at new features and seeing what you can do. My perspective was there's a bunch of chat tools already in business, and they already have a bunch of apps. So just look at those apps and duplicate them in chat, and you would do very well. But Gemini and machine learning is very new, so we're just getting a bunch of Gemini-based tools that they feel just like a bunch of tests at the moment. Okay, Gemini in Google Sheets. Yeah. Custom sections in Google Chat. Yeah, huddles in Google Chat. Don't really do huddles anymore. It's called Spaces. Just looking at some old material there. Searchable video. So, look, it's going through Search for video transcripts, that was in our news last week. So it's going through the Workspace updates here. The new tabs experience, yeah, I mean, I have feelings about that one. Yeah, so it's just going through the latest news and Google videos, yeah. So Google's roadmap for Google Workspace development. They're focusing on AI, expansion of no-code development. Yeah, they're really getting into AppSheet. Again, have mixed feelings about that. That's probably too much of a walled garden for me. In many cases, easy to spin something up, but hard to move beyond it. Enhance security and compliance. Yep. Improve integration and interoperability. New features in Google Calendar and chat. Yeah, so it's just telling you what's there, and maybe you could infer what opportunities might be available to you, either building your own applications or providing solutions to integrate these. But it's not actually, currently not actually giving us a lot of information about that. How Google Workspace is used in different industries and organizations, education, healthcare. Yeah, this is something else we could drill into too. Like, I mean, I started off with Google Workspace in education in a university. So as a manager there, so I have a fairly good understanding of that. But also construction, tours and tourism. Never got to do healthcare. Got to do engineering, chemical engineering work for clients in Google Workspace. That was pretty cool. Non-profits. Yeah, but again, non-profits are always, unfortunately, asking for free work in many cases. So not a great market. Small, medium business size, yeah. It's actually, to be fair, this medium, up and small to medium business size is probably the sweet spot for a solo developer because they can't quite afford a developer all the time, but you can come in and give them a hand with something and maintain projects for them. A great way of doing that I've seen and Google promotes is to become a admin and sell Google Workspace as a product and then include your services as part of that product. So we will do a certain amount of automation for the year, so perhaps 30 hours to 100 hours or whatnot, and here's your package. It's been very effective in Europe and the US, but not so much in Southeast Asia, where the Google representatives there say they just are providing the discounted rates for Google Workspace to be on-sold through these providers instead of providing added value, which is what we're trying to promote with this program of theirs. Large enterprises, okay. Yep, and larger challenges and opportunities facing Google Workspace developers. Security risks, yeah, often overplayed, especially among administrators who don't understand what's going on in automation and how the authentication tools protect users. Integration challenges, yeah, I think that is the market, right? So integrating your components of Google Workspace and third party is probably the meat and bones of what a Google Workspace developer does. Oh, some more comments. Interesting observation that remote orientated businesses are a good target market. Yeah. You work for an American HR PBO, but you're firmly a Microsoft shop. Highly remote. I mean, to be fair, Microsoft does a lot of great work with remote stuff these days too. I mean, people bemoan Teams a lot, but a lot of what Google Chat is, I feel, is borrowed from Teams. And there's what's the Microsoft integration tool? My sister actually does it for her organization. They have a intranet setup. Now, we had to do that with Google Plus in Google Workspace when that was still alive. SharePoint, that's the one. So here, she seems to love that, and it's a very effective intranet tool. Whereas we had Google Plus, that was a bit iffy, but we also have our Google Sites, where our intranet is based on that. But I also have, most of my clients don't use Google Sites, they use a third-party app for that, which is strange to me. Okay, keeping up with updates, limited customization, yeah. AI-powered solutions, no-code development, AppSheet again, niche solutions, How companies, here we go. So workspace implementation and migration. Yeah. Assists businesses in migrating from Workspace to, from other platforms. That's a huge one, extremely popular in Europe, even to this day. But from what I hear, it's sort of trickling or calming down somewhat. And I know Europe's going for this big open source push in the government organization. I feel that will trickle out as well as products are being built internally. We might see a migration away, so that could be a good opportunity to provide migration away from Google Workspace as well. Google Workspace customization and integration. Yeah. Workspace training and support. Customization and integration, we spoke about a little bit before. That's quite an obvious one, meat and bones there. Workspace training and support. Yeah, you could be a trainer. There are courses available through Google to become a qualified trainer. It's a bit of an eclectic course to follow through and get the accreditation. You've got to show you've done education in the past as well. But if you get that on your ticket, it is impressive and clients will come to you. I've done a bit of training before, but I usually do it through Google's Google Group program, and I'll go out and do talks based on that. Security and compliance audits. Yeah, I mean, Google Workspace Admin is going to help you with that. Data management and analysis. And we also covered last week a couple of tools regarding security and compliance audits too. I really like to stay up to date with admin. And it does help when you can create your own dashboards, because the admin console, not always the best. Data management and analysis. Help businesses effectively manage and analyze their data within Workspace. Yeah, huge one, massive one, this one. AI and automation solutions, yeah. Okay, competitive landscape. Large IT consulting firms, yeah. But I mean, if you're a solo dude like me, then just stick with the small business, medium business, and you're not going to have too much competition, because it's setting up for a large organization, large IT consulting firm is too much hard work and overhead for them to even bother with the little guy. So it's a pretty good niche market. Specialized Google Cloud partners. Yeah. One of the Google's partner programs you could join up with. Great way to find clients. Independent consultants and developers like me. Key players. VMware? Really? No. So the key players in the market, this isn't correct either. So this is something you'd have to monitor. Microsoft, Dell Technologies, VMware are not your competitors or players in the market. We're looking at Google Workspace, and we want to find what the key players are, the competitors within Google Workspace. So who am I directly competing against in this? Or who can I lean on if I've got a really big project and say, hey, can you give me a hand so we can get this done? Okay, the standout of the competitive landscape. Companies need to differentiate themselves. Okay, that's just sales jargon. More sales jargon, offering specialized expertise, providing jargon. All right, nothing on the how though, right? Yeah, so success stories are going to be really good. This is the additional bit we added in, asking for information about this. So this would be worth reading into. Developer success stories as well. We just have to validate these companies to see if they're actually working in Google Workspace too. So cross-checking this is going to be vital, especially in this early stage of 1.5 Pro with deep research for Gemini. Project-based pricing, yeah, mostly hourly rate is what I do. Retainer fee I also do. Project-based pricing is difficult. It's the old adage goes, you can't, well, it's not an adage, I guess, but development is notorious for not being able to fit into a particular timeline to quote a project. Value-based pricing, yeah. Okay, marketing and sales strategies. Content marketing. Well, this is sort of what I do here. Content marketing, not intentionally, it's weird. I just write tutorials and guides and try and introduce people to products. If they like it, I'd love to work with them. Search engine optimization, I suck at that. Social media marketing, I share those tutorials on social media. That's about as far as I go. Networking partnership, this is a big one. Referrals are vital. So do a good job and you'll be referred. Online advertising, a very tricky market to get right, I feel. Okay, conclusion, I feel is going to be a bit of fluff again. But that's about it. And then we've got a list of links. Okay. So, I mean, it did go into details. I feel a lot of this is corporate speak and not a lot of content. We've got some statistics here, but not near as much statistics as I would like. And I think it would require a lot more questions and say, go research this. And I'm wondering if by the time we get through the entire research process, that if I just did it myself and asked those questions in a search and look for white papers on that sort of information, then I'm going to know more because I've done the research myself, and I'm going to have a better grasp on what my competitive market is going to be. But if you're strapped for time, you need to do something like this quickly. Seems like an okay approach for now, but if you're a big organization, I'm a little worried. My favorite outcome, and my favorite is outcome-based pricing. Yeah, that is good. Depends on what you're doing, I guess. Yeah. All right, let's do a final thing of opening docs, see what happens here. I think we went. So this is, it will be generating. And we got through one research topic now, and I think that what that took us, 50 minutes, ages. I don't think we're going to go through many more. Open in docs. Hey, you can open? Nope. What's going on here? Okay. So it's just pushed everything over here. It's still got the references, which is pretty good. And hopefully, and then we've got our list of references down the bottom here. Yeah, it's not a bad push to docs. Okay, I think we did a good walkthrough of this and tried to evaluate how well the deep research is. I don't know how this compares to other deep research tools, and we didn't look at the academic side of it, say, hey, we want to do a research paper on this, my hypothesis is this, these are some of the variables that I think might come into it, do some research on the current data and cite them so we can start building up our research plan. That would be another excellent one to cover, but 50 minutes in, I think we're done on that one.